Well, hello there, folks. So we are back at it again today. So here's the issue that I've got. I've got a motorcycle. It's a fairly decent sized motorcycle. It's a Rebel 1100. And as you can see, my garage is really tight for space. And so I've been trying to figure out a way to move it, get it into a position somewhere in the back over there where it's out of the way, and we can get this electric vehicle in here because the charger is right up here. Having said that, the easiest way that I've figured out is to put it on some sort of a dolly. And there's an Australian company that makes some jack stands. They're about $800 to $1,000, and that was something I didn't want to spend money on. So a buddy of mine in one of the rider groups that I'm in explained to me that Harbor Freight has a motorcycle dolly that basically is $130, and it does its job pretty well. He's got a Harley, and he uses it to move it around in his garage. We're going to go ahead and unpack this thing and give it a shot, see how this thing works out. Here we are. We've got the top cover taken off of the box, just released the straps. This is how it comes. You've got your owner's manual right there, or actually your assembly instructions. I don't know how good they are, but we'll take a look. And then you've got all the pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and start unpacking this thing and slowly put it together, and then we'll give it a shot. As you can see, this thing has about a 1,250 pound capacity. It's a low profile dolly, and I'm assuming right here at the front and at the back it's got some sort of stoppers so that the motorcycle doesn't roll off, but we'll take a look at that when we get to that step. Okay, so here's everything unpacked, and I'm going to kind of just go over some of this stuff. So here you've got your frame A. This is your frame B. These two are going to join together. This right here is your kickstand plate, or your center plate where your kickstand comes down. And then you've got your bolts. You've got your brakes in the front and the back that you flip so that the motorcycle won't roll off. You've got casters. You've got a kickstand plate that makes contact, and then you've got some other additional installation parts, but that's the majority of the parts. We're going to go ahead and start putting this thing together, and we'll give it a test. So the first thing we need to do, guys, is we need to sort out the tools that we need. So I've got my number 10 and a number 12, which are metric sizes for the bolts and the nuts. And then the other thing that I did is everything comes in one single bag. I took the time to separate everything out, which makes it easier to identify what to use. So I've got screws, I've got nuts, I've got all the longer bolts, the metric ones, and then I've got the Phillips head screws here. I've got casters, I've got my washers. I've got everything sorted out so that way it makes it easier, and then I've got my manual to go ahead and start the process. So what we're going to do now is start putting on the casters. Folks, so as you can see, this thing is all built out. It's pretty straightforward. You basically just have to do the casters here. The casters here, it's 4 screws and some washers. And then you put the end plates on. These are the ones that flip up and they keep the motorcycle from sliding off. You put this middle plate on, and then there's 2 bars that you have here that come in the packaging. It's 4 bolts on each side, and that's to connect the A and the B frame. And then you have the same thing on this side, casters, and you have the plate right there. And then you also get 2 bars that you slip into each corner once you get the motorcycle on. Those keep the motorcycle from sliding. Let me see if I can pick one of those up. So it's basically this right here, and once your motorcycle is in, basically just drop it in here and it keeps the wheel locked in place. And that's pretty much it. Very straightforward. I'll give it a shot and I'll be right back. Okay, folks, here you go. I just loaded the bike onto it. It's not the smoothest of rolling, but it does get the job done. You can move it around. You just have to be extra careful. And yeah, I mean, for storage and for times when you're just not going to use it for a couple of days, it's worth it. It's worth $120. It's built pretty solid. As long as you tighten everything down, you're good to go. Allows you to put the bike in different positions and not have to worry about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys got some information about this Harbor Freight dolly. and leave me a comment if I can answer anything.